Hey, welcome everyone to the first episode. Well, I shouldn't really say that because you're probably watching them in order, but this is the first episode we're dropping in the year 2022. The whole year feels different, doesn't it, so far?
Sure.
It does to me. It does to you. This is the Marketing Checklist ViewCast. We're Sharon and Hank Yuloff from Yuloff Creative Marketing Solutions. When you're looking to solve your marketing, sales, human resources challenges, we are the small business coaches that you call.
On this ViewCast, you will meet and learn from successful entrepreneurs who are out there making it happen right now.
Yep. And here's how it works. We have pre-sent the questions to every guest, and well, they all answer them and they send it. You know how it works. If you're watching this one, you've probably watched a bunch because this is, let's see, episode 53 or so, because it's the first episode. Of course, it isn't the first episode that has cats showing up. It's just the way it's going to work. So here's how it works. The interview is just 7 minutes, 21 seconds long, theoretically. Why 7:21?
That's our wedding anniversary.
Yeah, but we just got off a cruise ship and we have a guest on today that we really dig. So I think it's going to go a bit long. You can look down at the bottom of the video and you can tell if I'm right or not before we even start. Oh God, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a long one. So why don't you get us started, introduce our guest and all the rest of it.
Awesome. All right, so our guest today is Suthar from MakeYourMarkAgency.com.
Yeah, we were on her podcast, Uncensored Society.
Podcast.
Yeah. Rockin' podcast. As soon as you're done with this, you ought to go over to hers and watch hers. She's incredible as a host. And as you're about to find out, she sounds better than we do. So cat tail, that's Tessie. Why don't we get started and get to the good stuff?
Okay. All right, ready?
Well, we're already 27 minutes in. Okay, that's good.
All right, Kay, keeping in mind, we only have a 3-story building. What is your elevator story?
Oh my goodness. So my elevator story is, well, I work with people, business owners, speakers, authors, to really get them to understand the power of podcasting, right? Whether it's getting booked on podcasts or creating their own podcast, but making sure that they go from invisible to visible and understanding that they can actually build their brand and their authority through podcasting.
Sure.
We were on a podcast yesterday, 24 hours off the ship when we were already jumped on somebody else's podcast. That's how good Sharon is at scheduling. And it got us warmed up for doing our own podcast this morning. So glad to have you here. By the way, as elevator speeches go, that's really great. On the ship, we had a 17-story elevator, and I think but going up to the top meant you got fed. So it was cool.
Oh wow! Oh
yes,
wow.
We're going over 721. Can already tell. Back food at both ends.
All right. Well, so that gave us a little appetizer for what you do. What is your business really all about?
Oh wow! So it's helping people, right? Kind of getting out of their comfort zone, getting their services, the information, how they really serve people around the world out there on a global scale, right? And what's really crazy is, of course, we've had this pandemic, people understand live events and how they work, but during the pandemic, we had to find another way of promoting and getting ourselves and our businesses out there. And so podcast is definitely the way to go, right? Not only are you able to kind of speak to people on a global scale, right? Your audience are so much more bigger. So that means that, you're speaking to a wider scale, and also you're building that brand and that authority, not just on a local sense, but on a much bigger scale. So why not go ahead and do that? And do it from the comfort of your own home, right? You don't have to pay for expenses and travel and hotels and, all that good stuff. Well, how about keeping that money, saving that money, and be able to promote your business on a much bigger scale from the comfort of your home, right? And maybe even in your pajamas, right?
Maybe.
I'm wearing 2 sweatshirts and a polo shirt right now, and I do have jeans on. I can already tell Kay makes her clients just comfortable. I can already tell.
She certainly made us comfortable.
Exactly.
All right. So besides your comfort level, why should our listeners flock to you?
Right. So our number one thing is, again, customer service, making sure that we provide the service, the result that our clients are looking for and want. And it's funny because we are an agency where we don't quit until our clients are happy with the results. So which means we have unlimited revisions, right? And so there's not a lot of different companies out there that actually do that, but we want our clients to love the work that we produce for them. And so customer service is definitely up there, is on point. You can get hold of us, and we are going to do the best that we can to make sure that we get the vision, your mission, the way you see it out there to the world, and that you're happy with it and you're comfortable with it.
Awesome.
Wow.
Unlimited revisions.
Oh
Wow.
my God. That's a headache.
That's quite the unique.
That's a
selling
really
proposition.
hit. That's a, are you sure you want to do that? That's a tremendous headache. I'm just going to do a little coaching.
Well, do you know what? A couple of people have said what you've said, but it's worked really, really well for us. And because of that, unique quality that we have, we're getting so many more clients coming through, and they're loving the work, they're loving the service. So why would we stop?
You're right. We created the coaching program that we wish we could have found for ourselves, and it does have a whole lot more client interaction, and in your word, revisions. It makes us happier with the end product. We know our clients are happier, so I'm sure that yours are as well.
And you probably don't find too many that take advantage of you.
No, we don't. I guess it's making sure you find that you got the right client as well. And the people that have been getting through, they've been loving it. And plus, we take away the headache, right, of producing your entire podcast from them, so they can actually focus on their genius, on building the content. So them going back and forth with us, they don't like this and don't like, they're just creating more time, and work for themselves. They're not going to want to do that, right? So
most of the time,
but they're not going to keep going on and on and on, because they're not going to be helping themselves.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. All right. What tips could you give to our listeners?
Oh, okay. So the very first tip I would say, when you're going out there researching what podcast you want to be on, first of all, make sure you find out, how long have they been around for, check out a couple of their episodes, see if there's anyone that's already spoken about something very similar that you want to talk about. Maybe you can give a different perspective on things, right? And also, oh my goodness, make it easy for the host. Make it easy for them. Don't turn around and say, oh no, I'm not going to do a pre-screen. Oh no, I need to talk for more than 7 minutes, right? Like, just make it as possible for the host, whatever the information they need, get it filled out and sent to them as soon as possible. The other thing that I've noticed that people don't seem to do when they go onto these podcasts is make sure you have some sort of call to action, right? So whether it's, a free gift, or you're offering a strategy call, whatever it is, give people, the audience, the opportunity to reach out to you. A podcast, it is a conversation, but also you want people to reach out to you. You want people to learn more from you. So give them the opportunity to do that. And, make sure you do put your contact details out there. Many people forget about that and just have a conversation.
Yikes.
Right?
So those of you that are tempted to just go to the end to find Kay's offer, wait. It's not that long. It's going to be great. I promise you. Hang out with us. Jeez Louise. Don't be an American.
What's an amusing job title for UK?
UK.
Oh, do you know what? I mentioned this to you and I cannot remember. I think it was something, I don't know.
Wow, Queen of England was taken. But
there you go. See?
So do you want to know what you wrote?
Yeah, tell me what I wrote.
You wrote the podcast editing marvel.
Oh, there we go. Oh my God.
Oh, 1 second. What was that? Marvel Comics just called. They'd like to have words with you. Maybe
Maven.
Maven. Okay, I see. Well, the thing is, I always see myself as a superhero because that's what I'm out there to do on a global scale, right?
Okay, let's see your superhero pose.
Oh my God, I don't have a superhero pose, but I can
Everyone
create
has a superhero pose. See, there we go.
Power
Awesome.
pose.
Power pose.
Wow. Okay, what are the most common questions people ask you about your business?
How long does it take to create a podcast? You know, and what we say to people, it takes as long as you want to take. And so if you want to do it very quickly and take a couple of weeks, we can do it in a couple of weeks. If you want to take a month to do it, 2 months, then that's how long it's going to take. The thing is, we produce work from the information you give us. So if you give us that information as quickly as possible, we can make sure we turn it around as quick as possible. So that's one of the main questions. The other question is, I have a team of people that do this entire production. It's not me that's doing it. And the team, they're all in-house, right? They quality checks, making sure that the work they produce is on point, on par, they're meeting deadlines, and that we're not just kind of giving out shabby work, because that's not what we're all about. We love quality, we love customer service, and we're not going to be happy unless our customers are happy.
Excellent. What's the most unexpected thing that you've encountered in your business?
Oh, unexpected thing. Again, I can't remember what I wrote for that, because I know I was pondering that question.
The Queen wanted to come on our show and we told her to, oh, wow, we can't say those dirty words. Bugger off. No, you don't say that to the Queen.
No, what you wrote was, the business I set out to build is not the one I ended up with.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is so right. Oh my gosh. So the podcast business, I never wanted to create a podcast. I was like, that's too much work. And then ended up creating an agency to help other people create their podcast. Because guess what? When I was actually going on podcasts and creating, giving the information as to, you know, what I've been doing, how I've been doing it, they were like, so how did you create this? And how did you get booked on so many podcasts? And I'm like, I guess this is what I'm doing now, because this is what people are asking me about, you know, so let's go ahead and do this and see how this works out. So it was never my intention, but it's worked out really well. And I'm really actually glad that I'm doing this now.
Hey, how many of, I'm thinking back, how many of our podcasts did you watch before you came on ours?
I think I watched 2.
Okay.
I think.
Market research.
Well, she said you go on the other podcast to see what they get to be a good guest, and so far she's like a top level guest, and she's like
We
awesome.
knew she would be.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to put her right at the top of the. Well, I guess every podcast goes to the top of the list on our website. Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite business tool that you use to get the job done?
Oh my God, Slack. Slack is awesome, right? So when you have a team and you know, communicating with your team and making sure stuff is getting done, if there's any issues, you know, things that we need to kind of brainstorm, meetings, making sure everything is actually working the way it should be. Slack is amazing. I love that platform.
And her phone just went off. And remember, folks, when you're going on a podcast, always make sure that your phone is off. So what's the best for she's reaching for it. Just get it. Just go get it. It's okay. You might as well call it out. Okay, it's dead. Did you just throw it to the other part of the room?
Sorry?
I
don't know what you mean. I have no clue what you mean.
Everyone, play it back. You heard it too. I know I did. What's your favorite 4-letter word that describes your business?
Edit.
Yeah, and we're not going to edit that out. So.
So I mean, that's my favorite word, because that's what we're all about, right? And making, I guess, people look really good, because that's what people want to do. They want to look good in front of everyone. I mean, I understand that both of you don't like to edit, right? And you know what? I was actually thinking about creating my podcast without doing the edits, because it's actually really entertaining, right?
Oh my gosh.
I remember I was on this a live podcast, right? It's live. There's no way you can edit anything. Whatever happens, happens, right? And so I'm talking away and I'm seeing all these comments coming through and they're loving my talk. And I'm like, oh, this is so awesome, right? And then I get a knock at my door and it's my mum. And she goes to me, just to let you know, your laundry's done and I've put your underwear on your bed.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thanks,
Thanks, Mom.
Started laughing. The comments came through even more. But do you know what the great thing about it was? There were people were like, oh my goodness, like she's actually human. We can relate to her. We want on her on our podcast. You know, where can we get hold of her?
I would get a hold of that. I would splice that out and say, if it can happen to you, if you think it can happen to you, it's already happened to me. And I would have that little like 30-second splice. That would be perfect. I want to see it. I don't want to go to bed tonight without having seen it.
You know, I didn't even ask the host for that little part or anything. I was at that point, I just wanted the ground to just come and swallow up.
Of course.
I'm sure.
Of course.
But
Here's Miss Professional. I'm doing it all right. I'm excellent. I'm perfect. And what's that, Mother? My knickers are on my bed. Thank you so much.
It's the perfect lesson in that your audience does not want to see that you're perfect. They want to see how you handle the imperfection.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? If you message me which podcast it is, I'll go grab it and edit it out for you. I'm not an editor, but I'll grab it.
It got so many comments and so many laughs and everything, and I was
God,
at
yes.
that time I was mortified, and I was like, do you know what? It is what it is. People actually loved it. It's about them. It ain't about me.
That's right. And he didn't mean to edit it out for the.
No, I just want to do it for you.
He wants you to have that clip to use in
so message me
promotion,
because I have to go see it. I don't want to go to bed tonight without it, and I might as well just create it for you because I'll just edit that part out.
Awesome, thank you.
Now,
all right,
we could edit our podcasts. We choose not to.
Yeah, I get
Although
that.
y'all should have, if you could have heard the hour-long, what turned into an hour-long pre-interview of us getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was pretty entertaining.
I was completely entertained. What about your business makes you the most happy?
When I get, the comments back from my clients saying that, oh my God, like they didn't even imagine it could be this good, and we've gone over and beyond, their kind of visions and that kind of comments. And I'm like, holy crap, yeah, this is why I do this, right? Yeah. This is why I have this agency. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? Forget about all these other stuff that I had ideas of producing. This is why I'm here. So I love when I get those comments coming through. It makes it all worthwhile.
For sure.
Absolutely. For sure. Great. My favorite question that we asked, what did you learn in nursery school that's helped you the most?
Oh my God, you know what? When I saw that question, I was just I'm like, holy crap, like, what did I learn from nursery school that I do now? Like, and I can't remember what I wrote, but I think I wrote something about, was it colors and
yes.
attracting
colors and pictures grab people's attention.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's why we have a black background. Yes.
I see. Okay, so you guys are kind of.
We are the color in the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us, because there are two of us that show up in a screen, we know that that automatically makes it more confusing. So this is an actual black cloth. This isn't a virtual.
Right.
So,
interesting.
Because we didn't want the ghosting either.
Yeah, I hear that.
Especially with two of us moving around.
Yeah. She's just pointing you back to the questions. Get on track, Hank. We only have 12 hours for this. The longest episode.
Guys.
Actually, you won't be the longest episode. The longest episode was 49 minutes, and it's episode 49. And it was the guys from the 30-minute hour podcast. Their podcast is 30 minutes long. Ours went an hour 15.
Wow.
I called it out
But
to
you know
them
what? I can believe that. I totally believe that, especially
during the
when
podcast. I messaged and I said, and I said it, hey guys, we're going long. And they're like, yeah, we're having fun. Okay, fine. So we had them purposely come on ours. I knew it was going to be the longest one. They were episode 49. We went 49 minutes because all 49 shows up in our business a lot in titles of books. So yeah, 49 stupid things people do with business cards, all sorts of ways. It shows up.
Interesting.
So what is the #1 fantasy lead that you could receive from being on the Marketing Checklist ViewCast? The queen. Watch, here it comes, the queen.
So I guess it would be coaches that teach people about podcasting, right? But then don't actually have the element where they have an agency to say, all right, we can have it done for you. We'll do it for you, rather than, them actually going to learn all the ins and outs of how to edit and, putting that time in and the energy in. It'll be people that have an audience that want to do podcasting, but then don't want to do it themselves. And then therefore they'll be like, all right, go over to Kay, she'll do it for you. I think that will be my lead.
Or just coaches that aren't podcast coaches, that are just coaches that think their clients should have podcasts, and their podcasts look at them like, like most of your clients come to you.
Anyone that really has a product or a service that they really want to get out on a larger scale, every single one of those people should be on the podcast. Right? There's no reason why. So that
kind of leads to your joint ventures. I'm guessing you want to meet those coaches folks and
exactly. Yes. And I've met quite a few of them already, and it's funny because a lot of these coaches and speakers actually, they've got 6 or 7 figure businesses. And they're like, we want to start a podcast, but I just don't have the bandwidth. I don't have, the team to do this. And I just need someone to get it done. I'm like, yep, this is why we're here. Just give us the information and we'll get it done for you. So yeah, definitely people like that just want to get it done, but just can't do it for themselves right now and just want to outsource.
There we go. All righty. So it's time. Those of you that fast forwarded to find the offer, you're probably finally just found me talking about Kay with the offer, and now you've backed it up to get to the very beginning where we started talking about our offer, and that is here. So Kay, what offer do you want to make to get people to reach out to you?
So I have a very quick guide for everybody. People that want to get promoted on podcasts, but are really nervous or don't know where to start or what to kind of look for in order to kind of reach out to people. I've got a lead magnet, and it's called 3 Steps of Getting Booked on Podcasts. If you go to getbookedonpodcast.com, just put in your name, and that will be sent to their email address, and they can get started on the steps. And so they'll understand what they need to start looking for in the beginning before they start reaching out.
So the logic there is perfect. Watch, folks, this is a coaching moment. She wants to get people on podcasts, and she knows people want to be on podcasts. So it's read it again. Get on podcasts. Get booked on podcasts. If you want to get booked on podcasts, it's get booked on podcasts. It just makes sense. It's so easy. I remembered it like that. Just back from vacation. I'm still in re-entry mode. Awesome. So that was great. Look at that. 7 minutes, 21 seconds exactly.
No way.
Total way.
Wait, no, you're pulling my leg.
No, it's the magic of the Marketing Checklist ViewCast. We always nail it in 7:21.
Ay. All right, y'all. Go check out Kay Suthar. Go to makeyourmarkagency.com, or to get our offer, go to getbookedonpodcasts.com.
All of that is in the information that goes along with the video. So if you can't write it down or don't want to write it down, or you'd rather just click links, it's in the description of the video here. That simple. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. Remember, if you want your own 30-minute Get Focused Success call with us, it's kind of simple. You want to know how to get there faster? You go to howtogettherefaster.com. Oh my God. See, URLs done properly are just the best thing in the world. So if you want to get booked on podcasts, it's getbookedonpodcasts.com. And if you want to chat with us who don't sound as awesome as Kay does, you go to howtogettherefaster.com. Oh my gosh. How's that for the first episode of 2022 that we recorded in December of 21?
And if you also would like to be on the Marketing Checklist ViewCast, let us know when we talk to you on your success call at howtogettherefaster.com.
And remember, you've already heard how to get on Kay's pod. Wait, no, we didn't. If somebody wants to get on your podcast, what's the way they do it? If they want to get on Uncensored Society.
And so the best way to do that is to email on k@uncensoredsocietypodcast.com.
Email? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Email and how retro.
Yeah, if they just email in, and then we can get the boat started there.
Awesome. We were on it. It's a great podcast. You'll have an incredible time. So check out everything Kay does, because as you can tell, she's a spectacular human being. Don't you want to have her putting your podcast together? I know ours could be much better. Except us here in this closet of a room that's a 12 by 12 with padding everywhere. All right. We're gonna go have a great beginning to the year. You guys should go have a great beginning of the year. Listen to more episodes of our podcast and Kay's, and we will see you next time on the Marketing Checklist ViewCast.
Bye.